Alright, so equal footing. Striker in the red, south side of the map. The north side we got Eka in the yellow. So the Greeks versus Persia match. I'm sure you guys are all looking forward to this one. Striker returning to the game after a bit of inactivity. But who's to say how rusty he is or if he's going to be fine here. Eka, absolute machine of a player. He's been active lately. So I expect big things. Nah, I don't want to put any pressure on him, but two very high caliber players, and I'm glad to see them at this end of the tournament. So Striker opening with the barracks, Eka opening with the barracks as well. Fairly standard play on a small to mid-sized map with no mid-map obstructions at all, so there's quite a short rush distance. We're playing on equal footing today. Kind of the Arabia or dry Arabia of the game. Oh, Striker gonna go for the goat steal. Eka needs to be careful to not interrupt his early wood gathering too much, because you want to be able to make sure you can get that first house when you're committing to this build, pretty much regardless of civ, because you're gonna get to 20 pop pretty quickly. You need to actually be able to get a house or two and get a storehouse out with wood you're gathering from the distant trees. And assuming he can push his opponent back at all, Striker's got a bit of an upper hand here with Sparabar. Just their health pool coupled with the Pierce armor that they get. They've got insane ranged effective health. Greek Spears got the damage edge over them though. There is 60 resource unit compared to Spara's 50 resource. Train times dead even, so pretty much comes down to who's got the bigger raw number of units. So Striker's going to push out. He's got 4 spears. Eka's only got 3 by the look of it, but Eka's actually seeing Striker push out here, so it's great intel for him. Striker's just scouting out the map a little bit more. Eka though, that's a lot of damage to be taking there, especially because he's also taking the Rhino. He's going to want to actually keep going because he hasn't broken threat with a Rhino. Oh, there was a forward spear of Eka's, so he's up to 6. Striker's got the 4 Spara, another 2 back at home that were just defending. So Striker transitioning to a second hunt, perhaps a little bit early for it, but at the same time, it's really quite nice if you do get pushed because your opponent split up their spears to just be able to just switch camps without losing any villagers. And this means he's not going to have any hold up when he does run out, because Eka has only actually got 3 gazelles left, or nearly just 2 there. Striker just keeping Eka on his toes, doesn't want to take the fight himself because he's actually outnumbered there. But he's going to want to try and camp one of these other hunts, so he's doing that at the moment with a couple of Spara here. Eka actually, lucky enough, has 2 front side hunts as well as that rear side. Striker looks as though he's got 2 rear side hunts. So Striker's going to attempt to hit Eka's wood line now. Was going to go for it there as well, but then noticed he'd have a disadvantage. So Eka guarding all of his hunts really well at the moment, and in fact he's really taking a lot of damage on that Spara. At this stage, Striker's going for his age up. Eka can't afford to do so, hasn't actually got anything in the queue, so he's waiting for just enough food. In fact, he's going to spend on one more villager, but ooh, he's very careful to not lose that villager there. Did stop for a bit. Eka's clearing rhinos, but there's more important things to be going on right now. Eka just not enough food to get his age up now, so Striker's age up's going to be a lot quicker. He's already gathering quite a bit of stone. Actually just dropped back in terms of stone gatherers. Striker clears the storehouse, but he's going to lose a couple of units for it. So I don't know if that's been worth it, because they could pretty much abandon that one for the time being. There's only the one gazelle left. So a pair of Spara are going to fall for that. So Ekka's getting his age up now. 22 villages to Striker's 19. Striker adding handsaw at the moment. Ekka trying to pick off something if he can. And in fact, if he gets this storehouse, it could delay this upgrade. He gets it in time, and I think he's going to. That's actually quite a big snipe for Ekka, even though the storehouse, there's nothing gathering around it. That really holds up that handsaw upgrade now. So Ekka's going to be able to get his at pretty much the same time as Striker now. Our player's going for the TC. Ekka already saved up for it, so is Striker. Throwing down his on the front side. Striker just throwing down his on the berries. Not really going to be able to defend this early on, but at the same time, he didn't have to bring everything back to do so. He's got a heap of Spara in Ekka's base, and Ekka, he's got a high pacifist in the mix, but he's only got the one and another training at the moment. It's just finished. So Striker might be able to pick off a villager or two here. Ekka really quick reactions, and the villager, oh, she's not going to make it. Striker's going to be able to force quite a big garrison here, and in fact, oh, nearly snipes it, but Ekka, some good micro. Ekka having a garrison, quite a lot of villagers for the time being. Fair bit of food in the bank for Ekka. Striker, a bit more uniform resource counts at the moment. So Ekka harassing Striker as well. In fact, if he picks off this other storehouse, once again it could be quite a nice pick off, delaying another upgrade. So Striker handsaw in the queue again, this time from a safer storehouse. Well, Ekka just needs to finish that off really, because I mean, he's taking a bit of extra damage there. Striker might be able to pick off the house here. Oh, maybe he's sticking around a little bit too long here, because he's dropping a couple of units out of that. So Ekka, 30 villages, Striker 30 villages. Population counts very, very similar at the moment. No one's really dealt any sort of game-ending, tempo-deciding damage at the moment. So it's quite a nice spot for both players to be in. Striker committing to double range after that barracks. Ekka, he's getting the stables, he's going to have the Sari. He's managed to pull that Rhino from a little bit further over here, so that's going to be quite nice for him. Defendable spot there. He's not going to have to worry too much about Asabara raids picking that off later on. But Striker's going to be a bit delayed on the Asabara raids, considering he's gone for double range here. They're going to get pickaxe as well now. So he's got 16 gatherers on wood, and he's not going to be able to throw down the stables terribly quickly here, considering the pickaxe and double bowman production. These guys train really, really fast, 9 seconds. Okay, adding a range of his own, and he's getting Saris now. Striker once again trying to harass Ekka here, pick off some villages, or at least hold up as much gathering time as he can. Ekka not over-retreating either, and I like that. This one Sari though, it's not going to be able to fight too well, because those Spara are actually quite good at snaring it, stopping it from picking off the bowman. So Ekka is going to want to try and make sure he doesn't lose this next Sari. But Striker's force here is all going to get picked off by the look of it. Got a lot more bowmen back at home and some more Spara. He might like to get some spearmen in the mix there, considering Ekka is adding the Saris. Ekka cleans up that little raid. 45 to 45 villages at the moment. I think because of the raiding, Striker's probably leading in terms of gathering, but in terms of army size, I think it's... Ooh. Ekka's actually Yeah, I think he's down on military pop ever so slightly. It might be because he was housed there briefly. Nayak has really exploded ahead in terms of his, you know, population access. There is his house count. Striker double barracks at this point. He's still just making spire though. He's not actually getting spears. Has added a stables though, and he's not actually getting Asabare out of it yet. Maybe he's struggling for the food gatherers, considering double barracks and double TC production does require probably even more than 10 food gatherers. Particularly if some of those are gathering berries. He has got both food techs at this point. So has Ekis. Our players pretty much mirrored in terms of eco upgrades at this point. Spyro Champion coming in for Striker. He's adding an armory now. Eka also adding an armory. Eka's maybe slightly faster. He's got 2 villagers producing it. I mean, building it. A lot of bowmen here for Striker. Eka. A bit more of a mixed composition. And he's adding Saris at the moment. Getting the academy as well. So Eka does have a second range of his own. Tox do take a while to train compared to the Persian bowmen though. So Striker's able to push really quickly here. All that one Sari. Oh, he's not going to want to engage with that. And the villagers, a few of those are going to get cleaned up too. I think at least one of them. So 60 villagers to 56, favouring Eka at this point. He's pulled ahead in terms of overall pop. And even army pop at this point. It's a lot of range damage to be eating there, even with the Saris. I don't know why Eka's just got 2 random Tox over here. Maybe to try and prevent villagers from coming this way. Although they could even pay around the back there to get on that hunt, so... Eka's trying to go for a raid Striker. I think he did see that there. Eka also trying to just clean up the watch post. There's a handful of Tox here, but they are going to get cleaned up for free by the look of it. Oh, don't bring the scout in too. Actually, Striker doesn't manage to shoot at the scout there, so Eka, scout safe for another day, but oh, the Rhino with the KO. Ooh, this could be a nice catch for Striker here. He's going to get some more damage off. Bit of overkill there though. He didn't really do a huge amount of damage to the whole pack, just that one Sari. Striker now, the upper hand with army size, considering he's down on villager count by 7 now. So, what was it, 63 to 70 for villagers. But Striker actually ahead in terms of overall population, so this bowman production, it's been really, really good for Striker. It's really, really quick. It's 9 seconds a piece. It's 3 faster than the Toxotes. So Eka even committing to another range to make sure he can keep up in terms of the production speed. But he does have the advantage of the Saris having, you know, a ranged attack versus the Asabara melee attack. So it is also going to mean Eka does have an easier time of cleaning up his opponent's backline. Assuming you can stay at pretty much the same army size, and he's doing a good job of it. Although he's just been housed, he's only just fixed that. So Striker's still up, still a bit closer to 160 pop, which is where you want to be at this stage of the game. Both our players having got their range damage upgrade, but the Saris need to get on top of the bowmen here, I think. Because they just don't deal the damage to the front line, but at the same time, the Greek front line was holding up quite well there against the Persian front line. Now Eka struggling to stay up in terms of population with Striker. This mass from Striker is actually really doing it. He's cleaning up a lot of Eka's villagers now. So 65 to 73. Still favouring Eka on the eco population, but we've got big army size discrepancy here. And this town center going to be under a bit of threat, but bearing in mind, the bowmen are going to make it hard for Eka to engage, but they're not going to be able to take down the town center alone. Striker's going to have to keep sending melee in to try and reinforce this. You know, finding on a town center like this, he's making it work purely through having so much more units left alive, but the town center is going to slowly eat the bowman. Eka's still managing to go to age 3, mass up some Toxotes, some spears, some hypers behind this. He's trying to get, he's got enough gold for age 3 upgrades like Hyper Champion, Tox Champion, Sari Champion potentially. Town Center finally starting to crumble, but the age up is still going to hit in time, which does give it a bit more health and a little bit more damage. Eka's going to have the opportunity to go for some of these armor, some of these upgrades. He's going to get Tox Champ, but that range, ooh, it might not survive. GG. Eka tapping out. Striker just too formidable with his age 2 push here. GG. Striker takes game number 1. So Striker just engaging there. A little bit more in the way of military. Able to just unseat Eka there in age 2. Eka trying to cram in that age 3, but potentially if he had those resources in more production to just be able to try and hold that attack off, maybe he could have seen that one out, but I don't know, who's to say. Really good stuff from Striker considering he's been absent from the game.